Okay, so. Hopefully this is working. Okay, so let's review Scoop 2020. It was on May 14th. Blah 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 blah. Let's get into it. It's a 25k guarantee, 25k buy-in that some players played. We've got Fedor. We've got Mr. Tim Calm. I think he's pretty bad. No offense. Vizzo, pretty good. Rate a lot. Not that bad, but he's definitely a recreational. Pro Beers, I'm on the fence if he's a recreational or pro. European, he's one of the best. Naza is a tighter regular, but still really good. VBV, who knows who he is. And Sam Roston, sounds like a reggae name, but he's from Macau, so probably a recreational, and only 2.5 million lifetime earnings in tournaments on Stars. So before we start, let's just look at the stack sizes. So Naza and Pro Beers have a bunch of chips. Mr. Tim Calm has a decent amount of chips too. Vizzo, not bad. Rate a lot, not bad. Roston is a little bit short. European is a little short. VBV is short, and Fedor is short. So I would assume that since Pro Beers is the chip leader, he would be opening extremely wide, generally, to basically leverage Fedor's short stack against all the other players, including Naza. And Naza can pressure everybody else once Pro Beers has folded, or if Pro Beers is not in the hand. Okay, so let's put on 2x speed. So Naza's going to open. Hold on a second. Really tight fold by Mr. Tim Calm. I think he should actually be 3-betting because Naza should be opening 20%, maybe 25%. Maybe not into Pro Beers' big blind, but like Pro Beers isn't going to go crazy from the big blind anyway. So I would actually like either a flat or a 3-bet. Pro Beers can't really put too much pressure on, so I think 3-betting is pretty good. Vizzo is not going to go crazy. Pro Beers isn't going to go crazy after he 3-bets. So, I mean, maybe a little bit crazy, but not too crazy. Pro Beers is going to defend, for sure. Checks. Naza's probably going to be C-betting a high percentage. And Pro Beers, and to be honest, he's probably going to be check-raising this hand, blocking nut flush draw, and blocking 6-5 straight draw, with which Naza probably doesn't have anyway. But, and then Pro Beers opens, yes, he's going to be opening like 100%. Oh, you folded? Oh, A2 off. Guess he can fold bottom of range. Sam Roston should be playing somewhat passively because Naza can just put a bunch of pressure on him. He could be limp shoving this Ace-5 off. Ace-X offsuit. Seems like a pretty good limp shove because Naza's going to be raising over his limp 50% of the time, if not more. If not 75 or so percent. Naza should be probably raising this, even though normally this is these junky suited hands we check back, but the junky offsuit hands we raise with at least 30% frequency, 30 to 70%, or in some cases 100%. But he probably should be raising this just to put pressure on Sam Roston, and especially because Sam Roston is most likely a recreational, that he's just going to be limp folding a lot. Like, he's probably going to be limp folding this Ace-5 off. But any checks to him, Naza has an easy bet. He will bet, and I'm assuming Roston will just fold. Yeah. Okay. Fedor probably just going to be going all in. He's not close enough to European or VBV. Probably just has to shove it in and hope for the best. And if he does, then he's going to get it through. Pro Beers is going to be opening this with the king blocker. And VBV has probably got a 3-bet shoves. I mean, I guess it's not that bad because, yeah, it is still bad, but it makes sense from a Chippy V perspective because Pro Beers is going to be opening just 50% of hands, maybe more. Probably 50%, yeah. But the problem is he's not playing in a Chippy V environment. He's playing in an ICM. Ninth is 68,000. If he can outlast Fedor, he gets an extra 17K. So that's an extra 0.8 buy-ins. And, you know, if you stick around past European and Fedor, then that would get you 111,000. So, I mean, clearly you shouldn't be shoving this because of ICM. But otherwise, it'd be a good shove. I mean, not if Pro Beers was opening a normal, 27%, then it'd be pretty horrible. I mean, maybe not 27%, but like 25% or so. But he shoves, and Pro Beers obviously has to fold. Rate a lot. He's basically going to be opening based on how often he opens is just how often people play back at him. And to be honest, it's probably not a great spot because you've got Vizzo, Pro Beers, Roston Roston's not going to do much really. Naza can 3-bet you. European can 3-bet shove on you. Fedor is going to have good equity realization against you. Not that matters, but maybe he's opening. He still should be opening, maybe 14% or so. So tighter than normal, but he's a recreational, so I assume he's going to be on the tighter side, maybe opening 10%. I would assume he just folds this. Okay, he does open. Pro Beers, I think in this spot against an early position open, he should probably just be 3-better folding. Just no flats because he just wants to just put all the pressure on Rate-A-Lot because Rate-A-Lot does not want to get knocked out before all of these shorter stacks. Like these three guys, this guy, Vizzo, even Naza as well. Yeah, and he does 3-bet. And a quick call, which this is just just an easy fold. And Pro Beer's just going to be C-betting 100% for a small sizing, probably. I mean, like, a normal Chippy V, then this would be a reasonable flop to be C-betting bigger, but just going to be small betting with his middle pair that he can end up bluffing. If Rate-A-Lot is calling with A6 suited, then he's also calling with 7s, 8s, 9s. King 10 suited. Ace 10 suited that Pro Beers can end up pushing him out by triple barreling or double barreling to fold his weak pairs. And Rate-A-Lot does not have deuces anyway. He might not even have 6s, so Pro Beers will basically betting for equity denial, and for in the future that he can basically just turn this into a bluff. I mean, it's already kind of a bluff to begin with, but Rate-A-Lot is going to call, I assume. He doesn't really want to be raising very often. And now the overcard, Pro Beers can he's just going to go 3/4, I would assume, yeah. Rate-A-Lot's going to call, and now Pro Beers is just going to jam. This is a perfect spot for Pro Beers. Perfect spot in a 3-bet pot to be just jamming with your 6x. And now it kind of makes me think that Pro Beers is maybe a reg, or a good reg. I mean, I know he's a reg, but is he a bad reg, good reg? Pro Beers should be 3-betting, but he decides to flat. A defend, multi-way, Pro Beers should be stabbing extremely wide because this hits his range, although he shouldn't have a flatting range, and he's just going to be double barreling here. This is a great card, overcard. Like, what king X is he calling on the flop? Like, king queen, like jack 10 he can have that he just slow plays, but he's probably just check raising that, to be honest. So he doesn't really have much king X at all, so he can just pot it. Yeah, he just goes 3/4. That's fine, but he could actually overbetting is quite good. Overbetting and then shoving river, just like 125% pot. And he gets the fake flush draw, and he's just going to jam it in. Well, he's not going to jam it, but he'll probably just go, okay, you just jam. It's going to say either 3/4 or bigger. It's good. And Probeers gets kings. Maybe fast forward a little bit. Everybody's still in. Fedor is really short. So 3 shorties. Whoa, wait, what happened there? Okay, he limp folds king 9 off. I mean, I don't think he can fold the king 9 off. Like, it doesn't have great playability because Probeers is going to be just triple barreling every single spot. But the problem is that Probeers is just going to be opening so wide. Maybe even limp 3-betting. Probeers, he calls? Okay. I mean, I would prefer just 3-betting. I mean, I guess with these stacks, then it's a little awkward, but because it's awkward, then it looks stronger when you 3-bet. But I guess he doesn't want to cultivate such a crazy image, like, you know. He just check raises, just complete air, and now this is a great card, you know, king 8. Actually, it's not that great of a card, but like, he flatted it. Yeah, I mean, if he's 3, or if he's check raising queen 10, then he's check raising king jack, ace king. Oh wait, no, ace king doesn't flat. I mean, this card doesn't really hit either person, but Probeers can definitely wrap it, and Raid a Lot will end up folding reasonably often. Small size, yeah, I think that's okay. I think half pot is also okay. A little bit bigger sizing. And Raid a Lot is just going to fold. Come on, we know. Huh. Fast forward, oh. What the heck? When did people get knocked out? An open, a flat by Naza. I actually kind of like a 3-bet. But I assume he's flatting as a trap to get European to just jam with his like suited aces and stuff like that. And that Probeers won't be 4-bet shoving super light. So, but I'd just rather see a 3-bet. He's European. He's just going to be going, or he's going to be, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like he should just be 3-betting. Like Probeers is just opening everything, and this is a great hand to 3-bet. He c-bets, calls, European folds, good fold. It's such a nasty spot to defend pre. Flop second pair, a backdoor straight draw and backdoor flush draw and have to fold. But multi-way it is pretty terrible, but that also makes the flat pre not as good because with these stacks you have to play cautiously, so I wouldn't hate just a fold pre with the 8-6 suited. And he just goes 3/4. He's been using 3/4 every time. Pretty balanced, just literally just bluffing every spot, which has obviously worked for him. Calls again, and they, oh my god, they just both make the straight. I don't know what sizing Probeers is gonna go. He'd even jammed a fold off at chop, but I think that's way too ambitious. Maybe just go half pot and just get called by 2 pair. He pots it, okay. Fair enough. So where were the knockouts at? Okay, he jams 10 bigs, sure. He snap called so quickly I couldn't pause it. Okay. So 10 bigs. I think this is actually A6 off. This is actually a fold because European's not going to be jamming that wide. I mean, he shows up with a pretty decent hand. Like, with Fedor still here, and like, you know, with you still have nobody's that, or none of these guys are super short, so it's not like he has to be shoving wide. He still has to be shoving tight because of ICM. European does. So VBV, I'm assuming he's just a wreck, just not a very good player, and so he just sees I have A6, I call, but European's just going to show up with a lot of A7, Ace8, Ace9, Ace10. No, even the suited broadways, you know, you're flipping against. So yeah, and VBV easy knockout. Oh, and this is a different scenario. Fedor is by far the shortest stack. It's a pretty easy call for rate a lot. Completely different spot. And now Probeers has 8.8 million. And Roston, he flatted pre and then folded to a squeeze with ace queen off of 20-something pigs, which is insanity. Okay, blah blah blah. Wait, what happened here? Okay, an open and a defend. Wait, did he check back? Okay, yeah, he should definitely be c-betting that flop with the fives. They're a great hand to double barrel, especially when a queen, 7, and jack come, because you don't have many bluffs in that situation, so you have to bluff with under pairs. See the double check from Naza, and then he just folds. Okay, that's a little weak. And then Naza 3-bets off of 23 bigs, 28 bigs. Okay, I don't know why he's taking this aggressive line, but not the bluffing line with fives. Like, fives are not a showdown value hand. You just lose to a better pair every single time, and you have to bluff fives in that situation, especially against the big blind who just has a lot of 8x, 9x that is just going to end up folding. Like, if you triple barrel, he's just going to have a lot of call folds with pair plus draw. He does go for it here, and then I assume Probeers is just folding, because that looks super strong. But like, if he knows that he's 3-betting Jack 10 suited, then he's just gonna 4-bet shove. Like, but he obviously can't know that, and he still has 160 bigs, so it's not a big deal for him. Interesting to see what Vizo does. There are 4 shorter stacks than him. He's just gonna limp, and I assume Probeers is just gonna check. This is one of the decent hands to check because it plays well. Wow, he snapped. Probeers snap checks. Okay, he bets. Sure. Just to deny equity. Near left, 7. Okay, we'll fast forward a little. Oh, what happened here? Probeers just running like God. Oh my gosh. So Vizo opens. 3-bet. Okay. Get this crap out of here. So he 3-bets. He's going to be 3-betting a ton, especially because VBV is short by this point. And Steve O'Dwyer realizes this, but he should still probably just fold this because of ICM. If he busts here, you know, even if he gets it into a flip, that is an absolute disaster with all of these stacks behind.